All right, so here's some examples in the fourth box, the first part on the back. And I'm not going to run through the whole thing, 'cause I think you're probably getting the idea at this point. But do want to start off a few of the problems. So here we've got the absolute value of 3 minus 2x is less than or equal to 5. And so that quantity in here, again, is either positive or it's negative. If it's negative, then it's 3 minus 2x is greater than or equal to negative 5, whereas if the value is positive, then 3 minus 2x is less than 5. And now when we have the less than, or that's an and situation, we're looking for um, where there's overlap in the two, and that's when the absolute value is less than. Um, Now, the other times are when the absolute value is greater than the value. And so here, this is an or. Um, there's not going to be overlap here in these cases. Or if there is, you've got an infinite number of solutions. You'll see that as you graph that in those cases. And so here we'd have, hey, whatever's inside here is either, again, positive or negative. If it's positive, then if it's negative, then negative 2 is greater than or equal to 4x minus 1, whereas if the value inside of there is positive, then 2 is less than or equal to 4x minus 1. And you would work your way on through on both those equations. Uh, Here we'll do this one here because folks tend to have problems with fractions. We'll do this one all the way through. And it's either going to be positive or negative. If it's negative, then 1/3 minus 3/4 times x is, let's see, that's greater than, so now it'll be less than negative 1/2. Or if the quantity inside there is in fact positive, then 1/3 minus 3/4 times x is greater than 1/2. Folks tend not to like fractions, so hey, let's take this opportunity just to get rid of them. What can I multiply both sides by to get rid of all my denominators all at the same time? Well, it looks like my lowest common multiple here is going to be 12. So I'll multiply everything by 12. Over here, as I distribute the 12, 12 times 1/3 is going to give me 4. So 4 minus, and 12 divided by 4, that's 3, and 3 times 3 is 9, so minus 9x is less than, over here I've got negative, and half of 12 is 6. So 4 minus 9x is less than negative 6. Over here, I should get the same result as 12 times 1/3 is 4. 12 times negative 3/4 would be minus 9. And again, times x. Oops, that parenthesis should have been around that x as well. Minus 9x is greater than positive 6. We're going to subtract our 4, and you're probably good from here. Make sure, as you notice, you have a negative x value. We'll go ahead and finish it up just to make sure we don't make any mistakes here. Subtract 4 from each side on both of these, and we end up with negative 9x is less than that negative 10, and negative 9x is greater than 2 on the first one. Well, on both of them, divide both by negative 9. And that's going to switch our inequalities. And so we end up, I'm going to go and write it over here. X is greater than 10/9. And over here, x is less than, again, it's a negative 9, less than negative 2/9. All right. And then graph away on those. Hope that's getting more and more comfortable for you. And we'll move on to the next section. All right.